My name is Julian Moore and I'm a computer engineer, and I work with a whole bunch of different people to make cool stuff. Well, the project I'm working on at the moment is a thing called Tuna, and it's a little project to share music between people. So if anybody comes within range of you, you can listen to their music and you can exchange messages and that kind of thing, and have a kind of shared audio experience. The idea is that as you're listening to music, you're also broadcasting it out so that you become a little kind of tiny radio station yourself.
That's going to be that. So hopefully you got the impression from the video what that is. It's kind of trying to transform your normal, bus stop experience or bus riding experience into something like the top part of the screen here, where you can be kind of your own radio station and everybody's jamming to the music that's on your iPod. And the way that worked was actually on a sort of iPod-like device that we prototyped. You could listen to your own music like normal, or you could go to a screen and see who else was around that had the same device, and you could see what was on their playlist, and then hit this little button and tune in to what they were listening to exactly synchronized. So you could be kind of bobbing your head or dancing like that, and you'd be exactly synchronized with them no matter where you were. And then there was this additional screen which was very interesting, which you could send anonymous messages back and forth between the people who you were listening to their music of. And that was interesting, because what you could do is say, oh, that's a great band, did you know they're having a show next week, would you like to go, or something like that. And you might meet a new friend that you wouldn't have met at all otherwise in this kind of alienating city environment that we were all in. So it's like using a communication system to create a breaking the ice experience using music as a facilitator. Okay, and the last area of slow communication I'm going to talk about is this area of healthy. Slow food obviously is healthy food, but it also stimulates a healthy relationship with the other people that you're dining with. And there's another, that's one reason, I guess, that we got very interested in sports, because sports are a great way to introduce people to each other, and they're a great way to stay healthy, but they're a great way to build trust between people. But you can only do that when people are in the same location, obviously. So what if we could take advantage of all the sort of effects of sports over a distance? And that's what we did when we came up with this one. It was kind of a soccer over a distance game, and I'm not going to describe that one. We also did a jogging one, and this one was fun because it was basically a phone call while you're jogging to someone else who's jogging somewhere else, but it also tracked your heart rate using a sensor. And if you slowed down too much, then the other person would hear your voice kind of going back and back and back and fading out. So you would be actually motivated to stay at the same exertion level as the other person that you're running with as a result of that. But the one that I'm going to sort of focus on is this one. Sort of latest thing coming out of our group is boxing over a distance. And it's pretty much like this. It takes a boxing ring and splits it in half, and there's a screen in the middle where you can sort of see your opponent and punch them and that kind of thing. And I'll just play you a video just to show you. Let's play this one at low volume, and I'll just narrate it. This is kind of like a mattress standing up against a wall, and there's a silhouette projected on there that you can see. That's of his opponent somewhere else doing the same exact thing. And he can hit that mattress anywhere he wants, as hard as he wants, multiple places at once, and he gets more points than the more hits the person. And there's sort of these Batman-esque pows and misses that come up. And each game actually only lasts about 30 seconds because they're very, very exhausting. Here's just one more quick video. This guy was extremely aggressive when he played it. And you can see how kids were kind of transforming the kinds of moves that they have in normal video games into this environment. Practically all sort of moves that you can possibly do. So that was very interesting. We think it's way cooler than this kind of thing, because you're not just waving something around in thin air where there's really no exertion at all. There's really a heavy, sort of very physically engaging exertion that happens. That's a system called remote impact. And I think what we're trying to suggest with that is that communication doesn't have to be a sedentary experience. I mean, if you think about it, all communication that you do, whether it's on a phone or email or whatever, involves sitting down or not moving around too much in general. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. We could have some other sorts of communication devices. Maybe this is the wave of the future for holding business meetings or something like that. And it also might be a way to build trust over a distance, which is a very difficult thing to figure out how to accomplish. So that's pretty much the end. This is a quick recap of these different areas of slow communication that I think are emerging, and hopefully I've convinced you that this is an interesting area to be working in, and hopefully we'll see more slow communication stuff come out in the next few years. And that's pretty much it. You can see more of this stuff on our website, distancelab.org. And it's also, some of this work was done in my previous research group, Human Connectedness in Media Lab Europe in Dublin. Anyway, thank you.